Okay, so I'm gonna let the intro play out here. This is Final Fight for Sega CD, uh, otherwise known as Final Fight CD. It's a great version of the game, originally an arcade game, of course. Everybody knows Final Fight. Was released on the Super Nintendo, but was severely lacking in features. This is one of the best ports. You know, now you can play the actual arcade game through emulation on various systems, but this is unique because it has different CD track, soundtrack, and voice acting in the intro, which I don't know, depending on who you talk to, is a good or bad thing. Let's see, I think it's coming up here. I said I'll just let it play out. It's
Metro City, a well-known crime capital, has been ruled by violence and death for many years. A fact which the newly elected mayor and former street fighter Mike Haggar plans to change. At the center of the problem is the huge gang known as Mad Gear. Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learned of Haggar's plans, they took immediate action to bring this new mayor under their control. Sometime in 1992.
Hello, Mike Haggar here.
Hee Mr. Haggar. So pleased to make your acquaintance. I believe you know who I am. Don't hang up. We have a little business proposition for you. Your daughter for your cooperation. And we'll throw in the regular monthly bonus to your salary we offered before.
What? What happened to Jessica? Who is this?
Hey Yars,
Not so fast, Mike.
who is this retro
Turn
streamer?
on your TV.
It's been a while, I know. Haven't been around.
You son of a... What have you done to her?
How you doing, Yars?
Nothing yet, but we'd enjoy the opportunity. Listen to reason, man. Why make your job difficult? Just let us do as we please, like the mayor before you did.
Back on nights. Okay. Well, that's good for me, right?
Guy, Jessica was kidnapped.
Jessica?
My sweetheart since childhood.
The Mad Gear must pay.
Must
She's
pay.
my friend too. Count me in.
So it was funny. Last time I was on, I was coming down with a bad cold. So I can't say that was the full reason I disappeared, but at least for a week it was. Alright, gonna get started here. I was sneezing on stream and I thought it was maybe allergies. No. I'm gonna play easy, even though... Here we go, try that. I'll do normal though. Original Final Fight's pretty tough, so I need every bit of help I can get. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Let's see, what do you think? Cody Guy, Haggar. Everybody seems to like Guy. I've been really busy at work, so when I get home, you know, it's kind of hard to have the energy to hop online, but I really kind of dig the soundtrack. I don't think any other version got this. That's pretty sweet about... I don't know if I told you I got a Genesis and Sega CD. I think this is it. I think this is all there's gonna be. PS1 Classics. Oh yeah, you got one of those. I knew you were talking about turning it into an emulation box. Retro Arch. They've got some good filters. Come on. lots of meat here. Wireless USB stick. PS4, I like the PS4 controller. For some older games, I don't like the D-pad on the PS4 controller, but could definitely do worse. So what are you emulating so far? The music on this, I'm liking it. It doesn't have like the gritty arcade sound, but they did a really good job. Plus, apparently, basically all of the sound samples are done by the CD, by the Sega CD, and not the Genesis. So it's like a big upgrade. Not that, you know, the Genesis didn't have good sound chip. I haven't. Is it any good? I had kind of a love-hate relationship with the first one, so I thought the main character was just so whiny and annoying that Oh, you haven't watched the original? Okay. I mean, it's a mech, you know, anime. I like the style. I did like the style. So I watched the whole first series because I like the style too. So for what that's worth, it didn't make me stop watching it. Some of the characters I seem to like, but I started rewatching Bleach. Forgot how good that anime was. Did you ever watch that? Save the princess? Yeah, that's where I'm at now. She's not a princess, but I get it, I get it. It's maybe a little cliche, save the girl and all that, but it's a really fun show. You know what I haven't watched lately is Shield Hero. Haven't watched the latest. I gotta catch up on that. Ah. I love, you know, one of the interesting things, because I have Final Fight on the Super Nintendo, or I have the Japanese version of Final Fight Guy. They added a lot of frames of animation in this version. Like, you can just see in his walk animation how fluid it looks. That was one of the first things I noticed playing this. It's a really big upgrade. That, and it takes up the whole screen. Being the Genesis, it doesn't have so many colors, so like you got a little bit of dithering and the blending, so the blending's not quite as good, but I hate these guys who block. But it's a really impressive port otherwise, so. Come on. Oh, thank you. That guy, the thing that annoys me about him is he litters the ground with knives, so that it's hard to do anything without picking up a knife. Like you try to hit somebody and you pick up a knife. There you go. What does that say? He's the... I don't even know if that says anything on that door. Come on. That's better. What other games? I got, oh, come on. Give me a second here. I got Sylphid. Sylphid is kind of, even though I never played the Sega CD version as a kid, I did play the Apple IIgs version of the game prior to, you know, its kind of remake. So that, like, the look of it was very nostalgic to me. It's a fun game. I got, yes, it is. Crying out loud, stop hitting me for just a second. No, it's beat 'em up. I know. I got Dune, which is not something that reaches any top 10 lists or anything, or hidden gems, because it's kind of something for people who really enjoyed the movie. You know, the movie from the 80s by David Lynch, which I'm a big fan of that movie, and it's basically like. It was on the computer. So far, like, I'm not very far into it yet. It's not really an RTS so far. But I know I was familiar with the game on the computer, and that was an RTS. This is a little bit different. I might stream that at some point. I got Eternal Champions, the CD version. That is a tough fighting game. Like, I remember really enjoying it as a kid on Genesis. It's just the control is like super weird compared to Street Fighter. So I want to practice it and get a little better at it because I really like the style. And they have pretty good soundtrack on the CD. I've never actually read the Dune book. I should do that. Like I said, I'm a fan of the movie, so even though I know the movie is inaccurate in a lot of ways, I probably would enjoy the book. And I got Dungeon Explorer. That one was a little pricey, but it's very good. I expected it to be kind of like a dungeon crawler, like, I mean, I know like Gauntlet and stuff, but I guess in my mind, because I never really played those games, I think of like Diablo, which, yeah, it kind of is, except that it's very maze-like, and I need to figure out where I'm supposed to be going. But I'm really digging it. It has a great soundtrack and good graphics. Come on. I've never figured this guy out. Oh, well. Because of his stupid charge attack. I hate this guy. They actually make this a little easier too. So what's interesting is, like, I think in the normal version, they don't take damage when you respawn. They just get knocked down, I think. So they actually made this a little bit easier in that respect. If I'm right about that, I don't know. Oh, come on. Ready. Oh, and I was disappointed with this. So you know... I don't know what sound means what in terms of... whether it's still breaking it or not. Come on. Oh well. I don't know when to stop hitting and move into something else. So they take out the voice. The guy shows up, but he doesn't say, "Oh my God," and he doesn't say, "Oh my car," either, which they did on the Super Nintendo version. Which I think "Oh my car" makes sense too. I know, you know, it's like it's censored by not saying "Oh my God," but it makes sense. It fits. So you can just stick with that instead of saying nothing, which just removes the humor from the scene. Did you get that? I'm going to. Bloodstained, yeah, I'm really interested in it. It's $40, so I didn't jump on it. I wanted to see reviews first, and kind of also know whether I wanted to get it on PS4 or Switch. It does seem like that the PS4 version is the way to go, but I did hear that the Switch version is perfectly playable. It's just, you know, more of a downgrade than people thought it was going to be. But yeah, I'm very interested. So I'll get that. I'll get that at some point. And reviews are great. I was watching Johnny Millennium. Did you see his review? He said that the music was good, but not quite as good as the original. But of course, you know, trying to stack it up against Symphony of the Night soundtrack is, come on, you know, you're not going to beat the original. So. Aw, come on. One of those beat 'em up tropes I never liked too much. Okay. I don't want your knife. I want my pipe. Another interesting thing when you pick up the knife, you use the knife, it has a different shape. See how the shape is a little different? Like it's not straight. It's kind of interesting. Not that interesting, but... I didn't mean to throw him that direction. Nope. Every version of this game is tough. I also watched, I don't know that you're into this. I watched season 3 of Jessica Jones, which I enjoyed, but Jessica Jones is such a dark series. Like, it's not something that leaves you with happy, fuzzy feelings after you watch it. Oh, here's one of my favorite parts. Come on. I need to get... Come on. Oh, you're into it now. Okay. The writing is good. It's always really depressing. You know, Jessica Jones as a character, I like, but she's messed up. I mean, she's not as messed up by contrast in this season because of her friend, who's even more messed up. Yeah, the bad guy's not very fleshed out. Yeah, pretty generic. So, but I mean, it's hard to beat the Purple Man. It's hard to beat David Tennant. You know, like he was so good. Oh, I didn't mean to waste that. Come on, stop running away. Alrighty. Ah! It's like you're not getting the first hit. You're not getting the first hit. Come on. I need to get more than one hit on you. Another painful boss. Stop it. Ha! Yay! Only took a bazillion lives to do it. My favorite level. You know, I'm not one of those people who bashes the SNES version for getting rid of this, because this is the most annoying level. These stupid flames. Like, oh, but it's missing the industrial level. Who cares? It's good music, though. Ah. Oops. I jumped right into it. Okay. Dang it. Let's move on, shall we? Oh, another one? I guess that was for 2-player. I think it should adjust, you know, 1 versus 2-player depending. Give you different drops, but okay, I could have used a weapon there. What was that? That's interesting. That was interesting. Ah. Oh, didn't get the special off soon enough. Gah, you got me. Stupid blocking jerks. All right. Oh, tried to hit it. There we go. Damn, this guy's tough. Does not want to die. Ah! Come on, I'm sitting here jamming the buttons. Thank you. Why did I walk right into it? Oh, it's like, oh, it's dynamite. I can use dynamite. No. It doesn't work like that. fun part. Kick off screen. Kick off screen. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna make it past Relento. Or if I even make it to Relento. Do I have more continues? I don't even know if I have more continues. Don't you love that smooth animation? Rolento is so considerate. Drops weapons for everybody. Oh, thank you. See, that's what I mean. Very considerate. Takes care of his dudes. Ah. Last one. Here he is. What? How did he do that? He appeared. Wow, he's got some skills there. He appears on my other side without moving. See, look at that. Look at that. How does he do that? Wow. Come on. Wow. Why can't I hit him? There. Sheesh. Well, at least I made it to the Bay Area before No More continues, because... Oh, I suck at this. Ah. Didn't even... Okay. Think about how terrifying this would be as a world, like just guys just sitting around waiting for you to come by so they can fight you. Like everybody, like there's nobody here who doesn't get up to kick your butt. That is a world of beat 'em up. I hate these block guys. Stop blocking. It's not your job. Come on. Really? Oh, so this is the only thing I don't like about the Sega CD version, is the soundtrack doesn't continue very seamlessly. The track will end, there'll be a couple seconds of complete silence, and then it'll start over. They just didn't, the actual quality is really good, but they didn't, put it in very seamlessly. Come on. Where'd the other... Yeah, I was gonna say, where'd the other guy go? There we go. A little progress. This is it. I think. Pretty nice. Ah! No credits. I love how they make you watch. That was pretty cheerful. Cheerful little ditty. I'll let this play again and maybe I'll give it another shot.
Metro City, a well-known crime.
It's just fun to
capital,
play even if you
has been
can't beat
ruled
it.
by violence and death for many years. A fact which the newly elected mayor and former street fighter Mike Hager plans to change.
Oops, sorry.
At the center of the problem is the huge gang known as Mad Gear. Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learned of Hager's plans, they took immediate action to bring this new mayor under their control. Sometime in 1992.
Hello, Mike Hager here.
Hee hee hee, Mr. Hager. So pleased to make your acquaintance. I believe you know who I am. Don't hang up. We have a little business proposition for you. Your daughter for your cooperation. And we'll throw in the regular monthly bonus to your salary we offered before.
What? What happened to Jessica? Who is this?
Not so fast, Mike. Turn on your TV.
You son of a... What have you done to her?
Nothing yet, but we'd enjoy the opportunity. Listen to reason, man. Why make your job difficult? Just let us do as we please, like the mayor before you did.
Guy, Jessica was kidnapped.
Jessica?
My sweetheart since childhood.
The Mad Gear must pay. She's my friend too. Count me in.
You didn't even know who she was like 1 second ago. Jessica? Who's that? Oh, she's my friend too. Alright. Okie dokie. Let's try this again. I'll play Cody. I'm not very good with Hager. I'll have to practice with him a bit. So jazzy. I think his walk animation is even more impressive than Guy's. Maybe because he's a larger sprite. had an apple. I don't think it did much. Ah! Never good at dodging when he comes out. Overall, he's an easy boss, but I find that tricky. And we're back. Welcome back. I died. I started over again. With Cody this time. You know what was kind of neat in the Game Boy version, Game Boy Advance version, Final Fight 1, if depending on the player, I mean the character you use, you get little dialogue with each of the enemies. I mean each of the bosses. It's pretty neat. Yeah, it happens, I guess. Especially with Final Fight. There's a few beat 'em ups I can beat. I haven't really beaten this. Oh no. Well, first of all, I mean, Sega CD games are quite expensive. I think that maybe they weren't at one point, but as people have moved from one thing to the other, they finally settled on the Sega CD, and they're actually pretty pricey. But the other thing is, there's not many Sega CD games that I am interested in. Oh, really? Yeah. I think I kind of decided when I got a PlayStation, and when I got a PlayStation 2, that I wouldn't get a Saturn. Because there weren't enough exclusives to the Saturn that I was interested in. Like, I know it's a great system, and arguably, when there was a port on both, it was better on the Saturn, but yeah, PlayStation is actually pretty reasonable. The games are pretty reasonably priced, I mean. But I'm not really into getting full collections. You know, I just pick games that I'm interested in playing. If there's games that, you know, any game that I'm not interested in just because it's rare or popular, I'm not gonna get it just for that reason. If It doesn't look like something I would enjoy. I don't buy it. Now, that's not to say I only get good games. There are some games I got deliberately because they're bad. But I wouldn't get a bad expensive game. If I was really curious, I would get a bad game if it was cheap. Like, I actually did get, on the NES, I got a couple bad games. You know, I got, what's it called? Doctor Strange, and, not Doctor Strange. You know the stupid game of... Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde. Which is actually more boring than it is bad. When I play the game, it's actually just, I just feel like I'm gonna fall asleep playing it, so. Guilty pleasure, I think. You know, if it's truly bad, like, I mean, it's gotta be enjoyable at least in some way. Like, it could be funny bad, you know, it could be funny bad. But if it's just boring bad, I mean, like, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is actually kind of fun for a few minutes. I mean, and if you get it for cheap enough, that's fine. You know. And you know a game I kind of enjoy? I don't play it much, but it's Back to the Future. Because it's bad, but it does have a basic kind of mini-game mechanic going on. Feels kind of arcadey, you know. And it's bad, so that could be kind of a guilty pleasure. It just depends. There's games that that people say are good, that I look at it and I just think that doesn't look fun to me at all. So it's just personal taste, you know. Come on, I want to get the pipe. Why can't I pick up the pipe? Hexen? I don't think I've heard of that one. A lot of memory for game storage. Okay. Yeah, I showed you I have some N64 games on my Wii, but N64 isn't something I ever owned. So it's, I've kind of, I'm not going, you know, I kind of decided I wasn't going to, but I did consider getting an N64. But the problem is, just not enough games I'm interested in that generation. I just think that generation, that everybody needed everything in 3D, and 3D was just really ugly. For the most part, not all the time, but it just was a very awkward transition from 2D to 3D, and they didn't. And not everybody understood 3D controls. Like, not everything was Mario 64, you know. Medieval Doom, that's cool. Come on. Oh, yeah, it's my absolutely favorite boss. He's actually easier in this version than in the Super Nintendo version. He's still tough. I still don't get him at all. I still don't understand how to beat him. Because of that charge. Like, it'll just come out of nowhere. I think the single, like, if there was one boss I could get better at that would improve my gameplay, it would be this one. Like, I would get further in the game if I could learn that boss. But practice. Speaking of Doom, I mean, I played Doom on my Mac as a kid. That was probably the last time I played a Doom game, though. Hey, okay. I got it that time. I needed to pay attention to where it said the breakpoints were and just go until you get the tink 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 sound.
Oh my god.
Oh, he said it! Oh, okay. So never mind about last time. I was saying he doesn't say it. He only says it if you get it perfect. In Super Nintendo version, I don't think you have to completely destroy it for him to say that. That's interesting. I see you back there. Come on. No! I kept it on normal. I guess I could have gone on easy, but I don't feel like I would have done that much better, and I might as well just practice on the normal difficulty, you know? You didn't own an N64 when it came out. Went to PlayStation for that generation, had a friend to give me, and then oh, okay, so even with the EverDrive, you need, like I said, be right back, but that's interesting. Still need a RAM expansion park even with an EverDrive. How can I see that? Okay. I'm probably not going to be playing for that much longer, but I'm glad that you came on. I will try to come on more often. Come on. Yeah, I just, you know, wasn't really in the mood to stream, but I think also you just gotta, when you get out of the habit of it, you kind of stop too, so. Stop it, give me my distance. Stop it, holy crap. That wasn't so hot. It's okay, it's a video game. I can suck if I want to. Oh, that was sweet. I love it when I pull off little things like that. And then immediately get embarrassed. Like that. One good move followed by a chain of horrible mistakes. Oh, and I had health right there. Really? Whatever. I learned half of the lesson, which is don't try to get the first hit on it because, or at least you can't go in close and try to get the hit on it. His reach. So many people. Thank you. Oh, it's my favorite level. Industrial area. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think any other version got this music. So worth playing for that. Good, I'm glad. I don't know about volume all the time, so like the only thing I try to do on volume is make sure that it's up but still lower than my voice so that, you know, it's not annoying like I'm trying to talk over the music. But since I can't hear it on your end, I don't know. Sounds good on my end. Summer vacation plans? Yeah, I have a friend coming up end of this month. I have my parents coming August, I'm going to Dragon Con over Labor Day. And I probably need to talk to my sister about visiting my nephews at some point. They're in Connecticut. I need to take more vacation. I don't know how it works with your work, and you've got family, so you probably use more of your vacation. I don't use vacation often enough, so I'm actually like at my max, so I have to use hours to keep from losing them. I hope so. I hope so. It's always fun having people visit. My parents are fun. We'll probably go out and see a movie, you know. So, whatever movie is out at the time. I don't know, when does Spider-Man come out? I don't know when Spider-Man comes out. Is that this year? Totally lost track of time. Down to 40 hours. Ugh. Yeah, that's too low. That's crazy. They really want you to use your time, I guess, huh? July 2nd. Well, that's too early to see it with my parents, but I will be seeing it, so it looks good. Takes so much health. Going to Colorado just to sightsee. Ooh. After 4th of July. So do you have stuff planned for the holiday, or are you working then? Back to college? Ah. That's right. Walk right into my knife. Thank you. Makes things so easy. Okay, cookout's good. I'm taking the Friday off, but I really don't have any plans, so I guess I could look at meetup.com or something and see if there's anything going on. If I want to actually be active, but honestly, probably just gonna buy some hot dogs and just do a cookout of my own. Play some games. Man. They probably could have done some better voice sampling for the screams, given that's coming from the CD. So I'm a little surprised that those don't sound better. Crap. Watch anime, play games, kick it with Haruko. That's right. That is right. That's what I do here. Games, anime, cat time. Oh, that's a good one. I even had a sword. There we go. I like this. That's a good sound. Here he is. Oh, robbed. He's definitely the hardest to hit out of any boss. I don't know if he's just invincible when he's doing that, or if it's actually possible to hit him. Really? Thank you. Come on. Gosh, it's hard to hit. Ah. Wow. Wow. Not giving me any chance to respond. To react. Okay, I got him. Alright, take care, dude. See you next time. Maybe this weekend. Or the weeknights. Why was that easier last time? Oh. That's close. Hey, pup. Wong Hu. Ah. Thought thought it was done. I guess I'll lose it if I don't get it. Oh. Not the direction I meant to throw it. There we go. No! There we go. What is that, like eggs? I know. How did that miss? Even if I make it past this, I know the boss after this is a nightmare. I guess there's a trick to it, like, but if I even get to him. Fingers are kind of starting to get sore. Come on. Give me that. Oh, there was some flicker in there. I'm surprised so far. It's been really good. Just trying to attack him a different way. Come on, you got like no life. How are you even up? You know, I would say, because I have played a couple versions of this game, it's weird because there seems to be, it's not all the time, it's just on certain moves. There seems to be a little bit of lag, but not normally. I can't, it's like when I'm trying to throw somebody or... Overall, the controls are very good, but it's just, there's something not quite right. Ah, still worth playing. I wonder if there's any life behind pillars. That's a Capcom thing. Some of their games you can... Ah! Thank you. Jeez, I can't catch a break on these guys. That's some serious flickering. Alright. And that's it. That's all she wrote. I got a little farther on the second attempt. Thanks everybody who was watching tonight. Hope you'll stop by another time. Gotta put my initials in, of course. You know, I don't think it saves them. But anyway. Thanks again, and good night.